The GMen Show 23. Is Apple's luster gone?
Yeah, it's the GMen Show. Talking fruit, tech, and ego. Hot takes, cold coffee, still hitting every keynote. They roast your phone. No. They roast each other. Tips, rants, one after another. Is that a feature or just a bug? Either way, it gets a shrug. GMen Show. Turn it up. Let the fanboys know. Questions, rants, or a nerdy confession. Call in now. Join the obsession. 703-828-46777. 703-828-46777. Yeah!
And hello, everyone. Welcome to the GMen Show. He's Gaz. I'm Guy. That's why we call it the GMen Show. Currently, Apple has ads in the App Store, Apple News, and in the Stocks app. Rumors of an ad-based free tier for Apple TV added to the other parts of the App Store and Apple Maps are out there to put ads on. Would Apple add, no pun intended, these, and how much might it cost them in free will? And that's what we're going to talk about later on. Hello, Gaz. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Did you mean to say free will or goodwill?
Goodwill. No, free will. No. Goodwill. Goodwill. Because if people get upset by ads, that takes away from goodwill. Free will would be if they put ads in and every single person that owned Apple products said, nope, and threw them all away. Which isn't going to happen.
So that's a nice little correction for everybody, just so they knew what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, but luster is spelled incorrectly.
No, it's spelt correctly.
We're having an argument about the proper spelling of luster. American English is L-U-S-T-E-R. English, UK English? What is it?
It's English, Guy.
English.
No, it's English.
English.
No, it's English.
L-U-S-T-R-E. And obviously,
I'm surprised you haven't put a Z in place of the S as well.
No. America. Yay. So obviously, there's someone is right, but it isn't us. What have you been up to, Gaz?
Usual stuff. Actually, we had some friends over the weekend and went out for, what ended up being about 3 meals over the weekend, I think.
Wow,
there's a place near us which is a very posh place, and the food they do there is exquisite. And they do, during the course of January, because I think it's a bit of a slow month for them, they do like a reduced price for 3 courses. And basically you can go in and they have a set meal of, it's not a massive selection, but selection is big enough. Yeah. And you could pick anything from, a starter, a main, and the dessert. And it would all be absolutely fantastic. So, and it's quite a reduced rate, which is actually a similar price to what you'd pay in any normal restaurant over here now anyway, and it is just superb. And we went over because Mrs. Gaz's birthday is in January, and we've got another friend whose birthday is a week or so before, so we kind of use it as a combined. But my cousin came over as well, so there were 6 of us, and we had a very nice time. And then we went out for Anne's birthday with my daughter on Friday, so that was very nice, to a Turkish place. And then we went out for a bit of brunch on Sunday morning, and that was the cheapest of all, I've got to say, and it was superb again. So, yeah, I think I might have put a few pounds on since last week. But we were biking out in the rain last week, both on Tuesday on the road and then mountain biking. I came back caked in mud on Thursday. So, yeah, been chopping wood for the fire. Not had any snow over here, unlike, I think, a lot of the rest of the western northern hemisphere, including yourselves, I believe, or maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, it's been a little bit colder today, but not horrendously. Nothing on my Mac, although I didn't mention last week. I forgot to mention last week that, I was complaining. I think I mentioned to this you after, and I don't know if you put it in. I can't remember if you put it in or not. And I said that the Apple TV remote was kerplunk on our devices.
Yes.
It's suddenly working.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Did some kind of
which kind of goes to what our middle section is as well. So anyway, yeah, there you go. End of. I'm finished. How about you? Have you had a good week, Guy?
It has been an unusual week. Now, we recorded last Monday with Carl, and thank you, Carl, not only for being on the show, but fixing an audio problem that we had that you guys know nothing about.
Could you just change a word in that last sentence, please?
What's that?
I.
I? No, I didn't say I said we.
Correct. Could you change it to I, please?
Change I to we? Yes. We had an audio problem.
No. Change the we to I.
Nintendo doesn't make an I. They just make the we.
Moving on. Thank you, Carl, anyway.
Moving on. Okay, we as in here in the East Coast of the United States had a really, really terrible weekend. It's been super cold down into the teens Fahrenheit, with sometimes down into single digits. And that combined with a big weather system that came in. And in the DC area, originally they were talking about like 12 to 24 inches of snow followed by sleet, which would have been terrible because that's a lot of snow. However, it ended up being, here I go, only about 8 inches where I live. Various other places got more, but what followed was sleet and freezing rain, which I don't know about anyone else. I would rather drive on snow than freezing rain because freezing rain is just zero fun. We're still kind of doing this.
I like the way you did zero fun there.
Zero fun. No fun.
Yeah, very good.
It is no fun to drive in freezing rain. And we're still doing some of the cleanup here. Now, this is going to be released on Wednesday, but we're talking Monday, January 26th. And it's a mess. It's a mess. And even better, and this doesn't usually happen, we had snow plows come through, and we're on a cul-de-sac, and we're usually like the last people to get our streets plowed. Well, they did it twice, which was unbelievable. The problem, though, was whoever was running the plow just pushed the snow in front of every single person's driveway, which meant the road was relatively clear, but we couldn't get out of our driveway.
Or if you were out, you then couldn't get into your driveway.
And we couldn't get into our driveway. So that's, yeah, not fun. Not fun at all.
Excellent.
The only other
thing,
it was not excellent. It's still not excellent. Now, thank the Lord above, and I don't usually invoke deities on this show, but in this case, it's definitely Lord with a capital L. We have a neighbor that has a snowplow. You know, one of those big ones that you just kind of push along.
Oh, yeah, and it throws the snow off to the side.
This guy did everyone's driveway and the sidewalk all the way around the cul-de-sac. So I definitely owe him like a 6-pack of Guinness or something. I need to take that over to him because that was so much help. I don't even know if he drinks Guinness, but yeah, I've got to take him some kind of fun beverage to thank him for all of his hard work and his investment in something that I wish I had.
I think everybody does.
What, everyone in the cul-de-sac or everyone in the world?
Everybody in the cul-de-sac. I don't care.
Okay, yeah, I don't think
I'm not sending him a thing.
Well, see, you're just greedy that way.
I'm not greedy. I just don't care.
Doesn't care. But I know what you do care about.
What's that?
Tell me.
Gaz's snippets. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Apple regains top spot in China's smartphone market. Apple reclaimed the leading position in China's smartphone market in the fourth quarter of 2025 as strong demand for the iPhone 17 lineup offset a contracting market and growing supply chain pressure from memory chip shortages. Yeah, I think I also saw an article which mentioned complete. Bless you. Which mentioned completely the opposite. But I'm going with this one.
I would.
Oh, that's a link. I've left that. Bless you
God,
again. Will you let me finish?
I'm sorry. I can't help these things.
I'm actually going to put this into Gaz's link, and I've realised I didn't take it out and move it in now. I've left it in my snippets, but I shall move it on. I'm moving on to the next one, so I'm going to mention Gaz's link later. Apple releases new firmware for iPad Pro and iPad Air Magic keyboards. Now, this is the sort of thing that you don't always hear about. So if you've got either of those models, I think go onto the Apple website or... in fact, let me tell you, it's Apple today. It says release new firmware for the Magic Keyboards designed for the iPad Pro and iPad Air. The firmware for the M4/M5 iPad Pro model has a version number of ES. I'm not going to give that because no one's going to remember it. But go and see if you can get a firmware update for your Apple iPad Pro and iPad Air M4, M5.
What's for the keyboards?
Keyboards.
But
yes.
Just like the HomePods and AirPods, you cannot trigger the update. It's going to be done whenever Apple feels like it. Just wanted to throw that in there.
So don't bother if you've got those keyboards. It may or may not happen. Apple scores a legal win in France over app tracking transparency following a seemingly endless stream of legal challenges and setbacks in multiple European countries over the legality of the app tracking transparency feature. Apple won a key court ruling in France. Excellent. Well done, Apple. Let's hope that continues. If it's the right thing, which I'm sure it is. Apple shifts iPhone OLED orders to Samsung amid BOE troubles. Apple's Chinese supplier BOE is struggling with iPhone OLED production again, causing millions of panel orders to be shifted to Samsung display. So even when Apple are competing with Samsung and beating them, Samsung still does well out.
Still makes money.
Apple. Yep.
Yeah. And and the crazy thing is next year, if you start talking about displays, you probably won't be talking about this company anymore. They'll probably move to a different supplier if they can.
Thanks for that insight, Guy.
You're welcome.
It's like talking to an analyst.
Analyst. When it's me, it's an analyst. Everybody else, analyst. Okay.
California court rules that Apple didn't invade the privacy of iPhone users. A Californian court has awarded Apple a partial victory in a class action lawsuit alleging that the company violated the privacy of some iPhone owners. The case followed a security research discovering data collection practices by Apple, which he described at the time as shocking. Obviously
don't get an Android phone.
Obviously not quite as shocking as perhaps he thought that might be.
No. And not quite the payday he wanted either.
Apple TV drops For All Mankind Season 5 teaser and premiere date. That's good. I quite like that. I know that you started watching it and then struggled to keep watching it.
Yeah.
I carried on watching it and quite enjoyed it. I have seen a bit of a teaser, and some of the aging on some of the people looks a bit not quite right, so we'll have to wait and see. Apple's secret product plans stolen in Luxshare cyber attack. The Apple supplier subject to a major cyber attack last month was China's Luxshare. It has now emerged more than 1 terabyte of confidential Apple information was reportedly stolen. I think we mentioned this briefly in the last show. I think.
Yes.
If not, it looks like there was quite a lot of data stolen. So we'll have to see just how much of the rumours that are coming out about new products, etc., then actually turn into accurate information, because it might be coming from this attack. Who knows? Volvo's new EX60 SUV features pre-installed Apple Music with App Apple Music app with spatial audio.
But do they have CarPlay?
Yeah, I think the CarPlay will be in the Apple Music spatial app will be
Not
in the
necessarily.
CarPlay
I rented a Volvo when I was out in Denver, brand new one. Did not have CarPlay.
You're absolutely spot on. Apple Music will be available as an app accessible through the vehicle's built-in infotainment system, making it available for those who do not use CarPlay. Using the app requires an Apple Music subscription, though, so that's why they're probably doing it. Because you might have an Apple Music subscription.
Well,
but,
here's the thing. General Motors and Volvo, Tesla, every other car company that doesn't use CarPlay.
No. We're not saying. Hang on. We're not saying that Volvo don't use CarPlay. This doesn't say that they don't use it. What they're doing is actually integrating the Apple app into their infotainment system so that you can get it even if you don't use CarPlay.
Well,
that's
okay.
how I'm reading.
I'm just telling you that the last Volvo I drove did not have CarPlay.
Oh, okay. So you could well be right then, which will be
that's a first.
Quite entertaining if you are. Apple are expected. I've done this one. I don't normally do these, but I've just thought, I'm going to go for it because there's so much information coming out, and reference my Lux Share note earlier. Apple expected to unveil 5 all-new products this year. Smart Home Hub, and there's possibly a concept there with a little screen and anyway. A smart doorbell. And here I go. MacBook with an A18 Pro chip. That's not a new product.
Luster.
Foldable iPhone. Augmented reality glasses. So there are possibly 4 new products that they might be. All new products this year. So there you go.
With one that is not new but has new internals.
Correct.
Okay. Well,
it's not all new then, is it? It's not all new then.
I guess it isn't. No, there's nothing new under the sun. Keep using your iPhone 4.
Apple, world's most valuable brand as per the Brands Finance Global 500 2026 list. God, that's a mouthful. For the 3rd year running, Apple has secured the top of Brand Finance Global 500 ranking with an estimated brand value of $607 billion. I don't know what any of that means. But
yeah, you were running out of breath there at the end.
I was. I should never. I'm going to delete anything like that next time, I think. Question you don't have to answer. Will Apple charge for its Siri chatbot? Let's perhaps answer that later on. In the wake of Greenland dispute, anti-US shopping apps climbed to Denmark's App Store charts.
Shocker.
I think it's happening around Europe, to be honest with you. But
we'll
move on from that. We'll move on from that subject. Apple responds to slowing China. This is why I brought that. Yeah. Apple responds to slowing China sales with Lunar New Year discounts. Reference my first story.
That's
my
loony.
First story says Apple regains top spot in China's smartphone market.
They can't make up their minds.
Apple TV earns Best Picture nomination for F1 the movie in 2026 Oscars. It won't win anything in the Oscars.
I bet 100 drachmas that it will.
Disgraceful if it does.
I don't have any drachmas, but
I think we've got some feedback on that, but we'll come to that later.
Yeah.
Netflix scores Oscar nominations for Frankenstein and K-pop Demon Hunters. The reason I mention this is that Frankenstein one, we were in Edinburgh when they were doing filming for it, and it was fabulous. Just incredible. They closed a section of Edinburgh Street, and we had to get diverted round the back of the houses. The next day, I mean, there was mud all over the floor. The houses were all different. There was lampposts up and all sorts. The next day, it was gone.
All gone.
All gone. Just incredible.
Who's making
Just
this?
Incredible. Netflix.
Netflix is making a Frankenstein flick. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's out. Not making it. It's being released, I think.
Oh, in theaters or on their
No.
service?
Netflix don't do theaters, do they?
I don't know.
No.
They could,
They could.
but they haven't.
I
All
don't
right, well,
think
good.
they do.
I'll have to look for that. I wasn't aware that was out there.
Tim Cook quietly taps John Turnus to oversee Apple's design teams. Ooh, good old
what
John
could this
Turnus. It means John Turnus is overseeing Apple's
Yeah,
design
it doesn't mean
teams.
a damn other thing.
Shareholder group doubles down after Apple urges investors to reject a China audit. Following Apple's recommendation that shareholders vote against a proposed China entanglement audit, the National Legal and Policy Center has submitted a new filing with the SEC urging investors to back the measure. No idea what any of that means. To be honest
I
with
wasn't
you.
even aware that there was a China audit coming. And is this an audit from China, or someone else wants to audit China's operations?
Yeah, can you imagine that? I got
Yeah.
a feeling it's the other way. I think it's the other way. I think it's the first one you said, to be honest.
Oh,
with you.
China wants to audit them?
I would
Yeah,
have thought so.
because
Yes.
Yeah. Apple is bringing zero value to China, I'm sure.
Zero. So they're not bringing a cent to China.
Not a single one. Yawn.
Very
What is it?
good.
Yeah,
Very
it's
good.
YUAN.
I think very good. I was on that as soon as you said it. Brilliant. Well done.
Thank
Round
you.
of applause. Apple spent $10 million on US lobbying in 2025, up nearly 30% from 2024. Why did they need to do that, Guy? Maybe we should speak about that later.
Well, probably. Okay.
The App Store will start showing multiple ads in search results beginning March. We're definitely talking about that later.
Definitely talking about that, yeah.
The Apple weather app predicts lots of snow.
Well, okay. They were right.
I can't believe that was a headline.
Apple predicts snow. Where? We don't know. Doesn't matter.
In North America. But
Somewhere in the world there will be snow.
Apple accuses the European Commission of political delay tactics over
What?
the App Store changes. Apple claims the European Commission is refusing to implement. Who wrote
That
this?
is, yeah, that's not a well-written sentence.
To implement App Store changes, instead using political delay tactics to levy unfair investigations and fines. Apple provided the statement to Bloomberg in response to MacParrot's decision to shut down alternative iOS app Marketplace Setup Mobile in
I
the
bet
EU.
that was Mark Gurman.
Because of complicated business terms that it has to deal with. So there you go. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah. Campaigner has launched a 1.5 billion legal action in the UK over against Apple over wallet hidden fees. Did I mention this last week? I can't remember whether I did. Anyway, James Daly, an anti-competitive behaviour, says anti-competitive behaviour led to additional charges that have pushed up costs for millions. The financial campaigner James Daly has launched a 1.5 billion class action. That's 1.5 billion pounds, by the way.
Right.
Action lawsuit against Apple over its mobile phone wallet, claiming the US tech company blocked competition and charged hidden fees that ultimately harmed 50 million UK consumers.
Yeah. And how much of those 50 million UK citizens are going to get a penny? Close to zero.
I'm gonna get thousands, guys.
Yeah.
Apple
Sure.
rumored to partner with Intel on iPhone chips. It has once again been rumored that Apple might revive its chip making partnership with Intel, but the chips would be designed by Apple rather than Intel. I'm pretty sure that Intel won't mind that if they do.
Nope. They've got fabs to fill.
Apple Cash instant transfer fees are going up soon. Apple today began notifying Apple Cash users about an upcoming fee increase for the instant transfer feature starting on February 18th, 2026. Choosing the instant transfer option will cost 1.7% of the transaction amount with a minimum of 25 cents and a maximum of $25. There you go. We don't see that, folks. That's normally store charges behind. So they either take the hit or they'll just add it to the cost of the product. So you kind of do see it eventually. Apple will begin showing more App Store ads starting. Oh, I don't know why I duplicated that one. Apple's top Fortune 2026 list of world's most admired companies. So this is a different one to the one I mentioned earlier. This is Fortune's world most admired company list, and they're for the 19th year in a row they've topped it. Seems pointless having it if they were just going to be on it.
May as well just say,
year.
Hey, Apple won it again, then move on.
Yeah. Apple fights India antitrust authority over access to global financials. Apple dispute with the Competition Commission of India seems to be heating up ahead of next week's hearing. We'll have to wait and see what happens there for sure. iPhone users begin to receive payouts from a $95 million Siri privacy settlement. Apparently, early last year, Apple agreed to settle a class action lawsuit regarding unlawful and intentional recording of conversations with Siri. The issue actually dates back to 2019, and the company denies any wrongdoing. But since then, Apple has taken efforts to improve Siri privacy, but it settled this case to go forward.
Yeah. Well, 95 million. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, don't they use that just for lunch in their campus?
Cleaning supplies. They need a lot of glass cleaner there at the donut they have there in Cupertino.
Okay, well, that was $95 million. Apple have been fined $150,000 after multiple violations of an agreement in New Jersey. Apple reached an agreement with New Jersey to follow the visible pricing rules of the state in 2017. Last year, a number of violations were discovered by inspectors as seen at Apple retail stores in New Jersey, which prompted Apple to redraft its practices for pricing in-store. $150,000. Dear.
Yeah, that's
like the cost of Tim Cook's loo rolls, isn't it? Really? Apparently,
he uses a lot of toilet paper. Yes, I'm sure he does.
Maybe
we don't know.
We don't know. Strava Apple Watch app gains route navigation in beta. Strava appears to be rolling out its full route navigation and mapping to its Watch OS. That will be good for any Strava users. I'm a Strava user, but I don't use Strava on my watch. In fact, I don't use it on the phone. I just put stuff on there. So, But I thought there might be people out there who like that. Apple unveils new AirTag with longer range, louder speaker. Great. Apparently, I have seen a few people say, you might as well just get the first one. But I didn't say that. Someone else did. And that, Guy, that is the end of Gaz's Snippets.
Okay. Well, need to change this. There we go. Did I mention that I'm still on my lovely Heil PR35 microphone? Did I mention that?
No.
Okay, well, now I have, so I'm happy. So moving on to the topic this week. Apple currently places ads in a handful of specific first-party services, not system-wide across iOS or macOS, thank God. Main Apple services with ads is the App Store. Paid placements appear as ad in search results and can also show on the Today tab and on individual, oh, goodness sakes, app product pages as sponsored spots for other apps. In Apple News, display ads are integrated into the Today feed, topic feeds like sports and entertainment, publisher channels, and inside individual articles. And I have been seeing those pop up. They're annoying, but not as bad as what I've seen from other places. Also in the Stocks app, Apple notes that ads it delivers also appears in the Stock app and can be targeted partly based on what you read or follow in news and stocks. Now, how this works is these ads are Apple delivered ads and are limited to App Store, news, and stocks. They don't pull data from third-party apps for targeting. In App Store and news, Apple can use your search and download history and what you read, follow in those apps to make ads more relevant, tied to a random identifier rather than directly to your Apple ID. So how do they know to target it to you specifically? I don't understand that. Nothing?
Well,
or maybe it's just the way that this sentence is worded.
Yeah, I'm just not happy with it, full stop, to be honest with you. Hence the title of the show.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Confirmed expansion near term. In the App Store, Apple is actively placing more ad slots in search results behind the single top slot, rolling out first in the UK and Japan in March of 2026, and then to other markets at the end of March. Existing App Store surfaces ads. Now, these ads are already in the Today tab. You might also like on app pages and suggested apps in the search tab, and coverage suggests that Apple is leaning harder into these surfaces as part of its service revenue push. Okay, before we go on to the next part, let's talk about what's been said so far. So Apple has ads in the App Store, in news and stocks, and in the news app. So they're relatively unobtrusive, but just the fact that they're there is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Guy, the issue there is I'm not used to any ads from Apple.
Yeah.
So if I see something, my first impression is it's not an ad, not to think of it as an ad. And I might then click on it, and then what will happen is I'll go, oh, for heaven's sake, it's an ad. Especially if it's a subtle ad as well. That kind of makes it worse because you're almost being tricked into clicking on it. I mean, they're not doing it on purpose. I get it, but it because we're so used to there not being anything like this with Apple, it then kind of sours the taste. Certainly for me, when you start seeing them, and especially if you don't notice them, but you then click on it, or then it gets in your way and it starts interjecting with what you're trying to do. I hate ads elsewhere. I know that they're a necessity for other organizations and other places, but really Apple, if all I'm going to get is ads and the same with Apple that I do elsewhere, why stick with you? I might as well go somewhere else and get something a damn sight cheaper. I'm pretty safe in terms of what I do, so do I care so much about my security? Yes, I do. But there are going to be lots of people that may go, okay, so why buy Apple? They're just the same as everyone else. That's why I think, the luster may have gone just a little bit by the more they do this. What are your thoughts?
Okay, well, let's talk about this for a second. Now, currently, App Store, Apple News, Stocks app. If you own a Macintosh computer, you have access to all three of these. Not so much news, I guess. I've never actually tried to use the news app without having it as part of, like my Apple One bundle. So I don't know what it looks like for people who don't have a subscription. But I'm guessing if it either doesn't work at all or it's somewhat limited. So we're paying for Apple News. Not so much because we bought the OS, because the OSs have been free for a long time. But if you're a paid subscriber to Apple services, we shouldn't be seeing any ads. We shouldn't be seeing them in the App Store. We shouldn't be seeing them in Apple News. We shouldn't be seeing them in the Stocks app. We shouldn't be seeing them in any of Apple's services going forward, as long as we're already paying the $33, $36, whatever the heck it is now, for the Apple One premium service. But we are getting these ads. It's like a little bonus thrown in just because. I could do without those bonuses. So since we're paying for these services, how is it any different from what I'm seeing if I'm not paying for these services? And that's the part that bothers me. If I'm paying for it, don't give me ads.
Yeah,
and as far as
the thing is, there's a lot of companies that are now doing it. And for me, Apple have just said, oh, well, everyone else is doing it, then we might as well do it because they're going to be used to it. Well, maybe not.
Be different. Think different.
Well, yeah. That's why I think, some of the things, it's like, some of the other bits that I've been complaining about over the last month or so. It's just little niggly things. And you think, yeah, the shine has dulled just a little in my eyes. I don't think the ads is currently horrendous, but it'll just get worse. It will just get worse
until somebody pushes back on it.
Well,
and us pushing back on it is probably not the fulcrum that is going to move that stone.
You say what?
Or whatever you use to move a stone.
No, you say what? What are you saying? That we're not a big enough stone mover for them?
we are not.
Oh, okay.
So, let's talk about what could be happening in the future. So we've talked about the confirmed expansion, which is where Apple is going to place more ad spots in search results beyond just that top slot in the App Store. It'll, go across the other tabs that are there. And, but some of the rumored stuff is like Apple Maps. And now Apple hasn't said anything. This is all based on someone just talking in the industry about it. And it says that Apple is preparing to bring ads to Maps, often cited as a likely next destination for local and business ads. So like say you're driving down the highway and you're using Maps, and then suddenly a little ad will pop up saying, McDonald's is at the next exit or whatever. I don't need those kind of results while I'm driving my car. If I want to find a local place to eat, I will do a search for local places to eat. I don't need it interrupting the map experience. And quite frankly, I don't typically use Maps anyway when I'm driving long distance. I'm usually on Waze. And so far, they haven't done anything like this. And if they do, then I will switch to something else. And well, eventually, I guess if they're all doing it, you're kind of screwed. Another place that they've been talking about is Apple TV, the TV app. Commenters regularly speculate about more aggressive promotion ads and formats around Apple TV and third-party content, especially as Apple pushes services revenue through concrete new ad products that are less clear than for the Maps or the App Store. So if we're talking about a free tier for Apple TV, but you have to watch ads instead, okay, that's fine. I get that. A lot of companies are doing that, and that brings in more subscribers because a lot of people don't want to pay for it. They just have to put up with ads. But, and this is something I've been noticing on Apple TV. You go to watch a TV show, but before you can watch the show, an ad comes up for some other Apple TV program. And, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to watch the show that I want to watch.
Yeah.
And this is what pisses me off about movie theaters as well. They say, well, movie starting time is at 2:00. And you show up at 2:15 and they're still showing ads and trailers, and your movie hasn't even started yet. So, what am I paying $10 to $15 for to go into a movie theater? And this is part of the reason why movie theaters are dying.
Yeah, and the movie theaters would say, "Oh, yeah, but the cost of that, your entrance, would be so much more if we didn't have ads." No, your profits would go down a little bit. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because you're not having to ship film around all over the place. Everything is digital. Well, regardless, let's not jump on that camel's back.
Don't move the switch.
Don't move the switch. Other first-party apps, opinion pieces highlighting Apple's obsession with ads. I don't know if it's an obsession. Call out how ads and promotions have spread from the App Store to news and stocks, and even mentions iMovie, which doesn't make any sense, and Maps as part of a broader ad creep across Apple's ecosystem. Again, if I'm paying, I get Maps because I bought the effing phone, and that was really hard to say without saying the word that I wanted to say. So don't put ads on Maps. I'm spending money for the phone, which means I'm spending money in your ecosystem already. Don't put ads into Apple TV. I'm already paying for it. I don't want ads in Apple TV. If you want to go that way, that's fine, but don't charge for it. This is the part that always gets me. The companies that do this, including Apple, they do this even to the people that are already paying for the service. If you want to offer a free tier with ads, wonderful. There's a lot of people that'll probably jump on that. I'm paying for it because I don't want ads. Don't give me ads. It's
So has Apple's luster gone slightly, do you think? Is it tinged ever so? Is the shine dulling? Do we need to give the silver a bit of a rub and get that glisten back, or do you think it's gone for good?
I'm getting ready to give a very stern talking to Tim Cook,
right,
and the people at Apple, and just let them know just how upset I am.
Okay.
Like that'll change so much.
I think I agree with you.
Oh, you're agreeing?
Hit it. Gaz's tips.
Mostly.
Gaz's tips.
Mostly.
Gaz's tips.
It's time for
Gaz's tip.
Well, I was agreeing with you, but don't worry, I've got a tip for you, Guy. I've been prepping this week for once, everybody says. Okay, so in the Finder window, when you see the title bar at the top, you can see all the little icons and stuff in the menu area, and you can see the title. Did you realise that if you click on it to give it focus, you can also control, command, or right-click it? That's the two-finger click on the trackpad very often. It'll give you the full path back to the home location. Now, okay, Gaz, I hear you say, but you can then click on any of those locations and it will take you straight to that folder or file or home location. So I'm looking at one here and it says Gaz, and above that or below that it's got users, below that it's got Macintosh HD, and below that it's got Mac Mini. Now that's quite high in my folder library, but I've got some libraries where it can go really deep and sometimes you get a bit lost. And although there are other areas, you can also find that link very easily by just highlighting the name or the title name of the folder that you're in currently, right-clicking on it or double-clicking it, and bingo, it will come up with that location.
Now, it doesn't put it in a new window or a new column.
No.
It's in the same column as what you started with.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Wanted to make sure. Okay.
Also, though, if
there's
you hover,
more.
If you hover over that, it actually comes up if you've not got the icon automatically clicked in accessibility, I think it is. It then just, if you just hover over that title, it then just comes up with a folder, a picture of a folder. And that's a proxy folder. It'll appear to the left of the location description. Amazingly, and I don't know where you'd use this, but you can drag that folder to a new location if you wish, and all of the subfolders that sit below it will then also get moved to that new location. Do you know, I was just full of finder tips this week.
Oh, head nodding.
Hit it. That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips. That's the end of Gaz's tips.
Is that the end of the tip?
Will you let me finish?
Gaz, you are absolutely right.
And there we are. We are moving right along. Before we go any farther, Gaz, you've got something else that you need to talk about. You have a link to something very cool.
I have. I was just, with all the news that's going on, I saw this headline. I thought, I'm going to put that into Gaz's pick, so it's for pick's sake. It said the highlight was Earth is having some issues. So let's enjoy the Webb's telescope new nebula image. So if you click on this link, it takes you to this nebula image, and it's just fun seeing Webb pictures. And I think it's actually got a high resolution one as well, so you can like click on it and zoom in and search around. It's just a nice picture of the universe, or a very small smidgen of the universe, and there's a bit of description in there as to what it is. So go take a look, and it might make you smile. And if you don't like space, well, don't go and have a look.
Yeah, don't go and have a look. Yeah. Something I always found amusing. There was a poster that was available. It was kind of in landscape mode for a really long time, and it was a complete image of what we think the Milky Way galaxy looks like. Mm-hmm. And then there was a little arrow, very, very tiny arrow, and next to the arrow it said, "You are here." Yeah. So I always enjoy, it's like, let's keep things in perspective. Okay,
absolutely.
There you go. Because the universe doesn't care that you had a latte at 11 o'clock. And quite frankly, most people don't either. So,
actually, I had a flat white.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. I'm just having water with my Gator cup.
Nice. Good.
Nobody in Florida did well. Well, Miami did, but they lost the national championship. And there I go off on a tangent again. Moving on. We have some feedback this week, Gaz.
Yay!
We have something from. Why wasn't I ready? I should have been ready. I know it's here. It's here. I found it.
Here he goes.
I found it.
Go on then.
This is from Elisa.
You say Pacelli and I say Pacelli.
Pacelli. And she says, as Carl says, Gaz, you are absolutely right. F1 was awful. My husband and I watched the other night, and I was bored 10 minutes in. Almost 3 hours I'll never get back.
But Elisa, I did warn you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is like when you go up to people.
You've got to trust me. You've got to trust me.
When you see somebody without a hand, and you know at some point in their life they read a sign saying, "Alligators are in this pond."
A bit of an assumption, but I'll go with it.
They didn't listen. When a sign tells you something,
I'm not sure I can go with that analogy, but we'll have to.
It works out just fine, except for all the people with only one hand who are going, "I didn't lose it that way." Yeah. Okay.
What, they lost it in the boxing ring? What is this?
Well, they could have. I don't know where I'm going now.
No, well, there's a surprise.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Unlearn what you have learned. Okay, we have some other feedback.
The fact that I can't do that at the moment. Yes, okay.
Oh, we have something to talk about when we end the show. Which of course none of you will know. So I don't know why I mentioned it. here. Twitter stuff. This is from Twitter. You know Alex.
Yes.
And
I know
Alex knows you. Well, he got his wallet pinched,
Oh,
which is
no.
not good.
That's
And he
bad.
didn't care about the money or the cards that, those are all replaceable. But he had some old pictures of his sons that hadn't been digitized that were in the wallet.
Ooh.
And of course
yes.
he'll never get those back. But he did get a new wallet, and they have
Right.
these like flat AirTag compatible things that you can put into the wallet.
Okay.
And so we were talking about some of the stuff from CES, I guess, a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And so now there's a bunch of companies that have these little credit card shaped tags that you can put into your wallet, and then you can use Find My to find it. In this case,
Excellent.
he wouldn't have
Excellent.
gotten his cards, but he might have been
But he
able to
might
get
have
his
got his
wallet
pictures
back with the
back. Yeah,
pictures.
yeah,
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
So
sorry to hear
that's,
that, Alex.
Yeah, that does suck. That does
Yeah.
suck. Sorry, man. Remember, if you've done a podcast review, and we've spoken on the show about, still haven't changed it. You need to send me an email so that I can send you a Woody. And you need to send me an email to let me know that you've done the review. I need to change everything about podcast feedback, and I just haven't. I don't know why. I want to send you Woodies. If you've done a review of the show, we don't care, good, bad, indifferent. You scratched your ass with, I don't care. Just let us know when you've done a review. We will read it here through gritted teeth sometimes. And I'll send you a Woody with gritted teeth. And you can say whatever you want. If you do like audio feedback or a bumper, and I do bumpers on the audio version of this show, just as it's starting. So you can say whatever you want about us. Just keep it between 5 to 10 seconds. And if you must use naughty words, Marcus, they will be beeped. Something just to keep in mind. And there's all kinds of ways that you can send us this feedback. Isn't there, Gaz?
Yes, there is.
I don't have your Z-Cars music.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to play it in the background so at least I can hear it. Yeah,
Okay.
You can basically send me an email. Well, actually, you can't send me an email, but you can send Guy an email because he's the one that's got access to it. And he'll tell you what that email address is in a little while. But you can contact me on lots of socials via typing in GazMaz, GazMaz. Cars. That's anyway.
Just dancing anyway.
I'm on Mastadon occasionally. I don't really go on Twitter. I'm on Strava. I'm on Fatface. I'm even on Threads. All as GazMaz. And I think we're on BlueSky. I think we're on BlueSky as Guy and Gaz. GUYAND GAZ.
Cars.
Guy.
On Twitter and
Guy.
BlueSky. Yeah.
Guy's the one. You remember Guy?
I forgot about this.
His name was Guy.
Oh.
Guy says, do not trust that guy behind the curtain. He's the guy. Guy was paid at 75 grand.
No,
Do we know it was a guy?
we do.
If you want an email from
From
Guy, no fooling, how would you do it?
Oh, you would send that email. This is the email for the show to gmenshow@icloud.com. GM.
Guy! Oh, I don't have to use that one anymore, do I?
Only if I would have said guy@mymac.com.
Guy!
There you go. If you'd like to reach me, I'm on two completely political opposite socials, which is Twaxter and Skies of Blue. I am MacParrot and Vert Shark.
Doo-dum,
Doo-doo.
doo-dum,
Ah,
doo-dum,
so,
doo-dum, doo-dum,
that's-
doo-dum.
And, I have a Mastodon account, and I'm on the Book of Faces and all these other places. But as far as this show, this show goes. It's Twitter and BlueSky and the ways that I just told you. But there's one other way, Gaz.
There
you know
is.
what it? Oh, damn it!
Call
You can't
703
828-4677.
703-828-4677.
For the My Mac
It's
podcast.
Tech Heaven. Call 703. There's something or other. You get in touch now. Your call is something. I
Something,
don't know.
yeah.
703-828-4677.
Okay.
You've got a way as well, haven't you?
Yeah, here it is.
703-828-4677.
That's right, Gaz.
And
703.
if you're outside the US, you will need to
Oh,
put
you're
a
killing
1
me
in
here.
front of that number. I know I am. And the problem there is if you're outside the US, it's going to cost you. So don't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, if
Do it
you're
all the
inside
ways,
the
the
US,
other
it
ways we told you.
doesn't cost a penny. Anyway, there you go. Give them the number again.
Oh, 703-828-4677. 46. Oh, that's what you were waiting for. Okay, I don't know. We get out of order here, and I just kind of go, bleh. I don't know what to
You
do.
remember Guy?
You remember? I don't remember Guy. Other stuff going on, Guy's Daily Drive.
Guy
Yeah.
screwed up.
Yeah, so many times. Guy's Daily Drive, which is an archive for all the ones I did going all the way back to 2018, and Tales from the AI Verse, which is really slow going. Sad part of the show, Gaz. Probably.
Shad.
Maybe.
Shad.
We're so sorry that this happens. We have to say goodbye. And we would like to thank every single one of you, sincerely, from the bottom of our hearts, for downloading and listening to the GMen show. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. And you can catch this show on so many different podcast aggregators. Please tell your friends and family if you enjoy the show, or even if you don't, because it'll just piss everybody off. Gaz, I think that we were good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I had to run the soundboard, but, I did that sort of good. Maybe.
Sort of good.
Sort of good. Yeah, it was good-ish. It was in the neighborhood of good. Well, then when I say we were smart enough, that just comes out funny. Yeah, it does. And that doggone it, wolf. That amazing dog. People like us.
Guy, Anne
Yeah.
turned to me the other day
Mhm.
and said, "What starts with F and ends with K?" And I said, "Guy, no, it doesn't." That took a moment, folks.
It
That
really
really
did.
took a moment.
It really did. I was kind of like,
So on the back of that, it's definitely end.
So you can all go home and there's nothing to worry about. Get out of here now. Go on. Go on home and I go home.